Hi learners, in today's video we are going to talk about the simple present and the simple past structures. Both tenses have a lot of similarities. For example, both use the verb to be and both use auxiliary verbs. We are going to start with the simple present using the verb to be. In the simple present we have three different forms of a verb to be. We have is, and are. I am going to give you an example with one of them. She is my classmate. In the case of a negative sentences, what we do is to add not. She is not my classmate. The only thing we do when we want to transform one affirmative sentence into negative. And then we have the interrogative form, which is she my classmate? Is she my classmate? In the simple past, we also have different forms of the verb to be, but we do not have three different forms. Now we have only two. Whenever you use am and is in present, in past, you will have to use was. Whenever you use are in simple present, in the past, you will use were. That is how we have the following sentences. She is my classmate. In past, we have she was my classmate. In the present, we have she is not my classmate. In the past, we will have she was not my classmate. In the interrogative form, in the present, we have is she my classmate? In the past, we will have was she my classmate? Those are the differences that we have when we talk about the verb to be in simple present and in simple past. But what happens with the rest of the verbs? I am going to give you an example. He plays soccer. In this sentence, we do not need to use the verb to be. What we need is to use another verb, play. But what happens when we want to transform an affirmative sentence into a negative using any other verb? In these cases, we will need to use an auxiliary verb. He does not play soccer. In this case, we use does in the negative form. And then we have the interrogative form. What do? Well, we are going to start with the auxiliary verb. Does he play soccer? That is the question. Now, let's see what happens with the simple past. In the simple present, we use two different auxiliary verbs, do and does. Do is used for I, you, we, and they. Does used with he, she, and it. What happens in the simple past? In the simple past, we are going to use only one auxiliary verb, which is did. Let's see how it works. He played, verb in past, soccer. Now, why don't we use did in this sentence? Well, remember that the auxiliary verbs are going to be used in negative and interrogative sentences, as well as in present, negative and interrogative sentences. Let's see. He played soccer. Negative. He did not play soccer. This is something very important. Remember that whenever we have the auxiliary verb did in our sentence, the main verb will not be in past. And then we have the last form, which is the interrogative one. Did he play soccer? And those are the differences and the similarities we have between the simple present and the simple past. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe.